Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is Jayzan. This is Frozen Hearth. Frozen Hearth is a gritty RPG RTS type game with a fairly heavy story-driven setup. It's by developer Imantis Entertainment and Epiphany Games. They're kind of a smaller company in the European market. Um, they don't have a lot of games. A couple of them are just straight up European, and the other you might have recognized Runic Rumble, but possibly not. Their most recognized game is right now Frozen Hearth, which is on Steam. It was greenlit not too long ago. Um, I played it for a little while. It's fairly fun. It's more it's I want to say it's more RPG than RTS, but you could say that about other more popular ones like StarCraft or Warcraft 3 or etc., where it's very story driven and you're more playing a hero than building a city, and that's kind of how this is. It feels like a story driven, hero driven RPG with RTS elements for the most part. I made the third campaign, the third part of the campaign. First one is more your tutorial, then you get a kind of a combat introduction, and then you're into a little bit of city building. Not really, just more protecting your city, and then the game pretty much for me keeps crashing. So that's as far as we're at right now. So let me delve into the game. Actually, let me show you some of the options real quick. The interface, it's fairly simple. It's not really necessary to have a lot of choices. You got rebindable keys, which they're already very similar to most of our TS games, where it's you can create hot groups and stuff like that for your party and or for your units and stuff like that. And it has decent amount of resolution options, full screen, and some graphics choices and the sliders for the audio. But the game itself, um, let's see, play single. I haven't played co-op, and it doesn't really intrigue me that much personally. I'm not exactly sure how co-op would work in this, to be honest, because it's an RTS and maybe it would just introduce heroes and that sort. I haven't. I'm just speculating here. I haven't even attempted it, and I don't have any interest to do so. Just because the crashing that keeps happening on this mission, and the generally crashing doesn't bother me much, but the missions are like half-hour long. Um, there is voice acting, just not a lot of it, and the voice acting isn't that great, but there isn't too much of it anyway, so it doesn't matter. The graphics I really like. I think the graphics are pretty good. It's very gritty, it's very detailed, and I like the whole kind of dark feel. It feels like an RPG graphics wise, and the character development is fairly. The hero development is pretty in depth, to be honest. This is one of the heroes. Um, this is your main barracks right now that you have. You get much more in-depth buildings later on that you learn about during the tutorial, but that's next mission, and I keep crashing on this mission, so I can't get to it. So we're just gonna have to just go by a word, I guess. But the city building is kind of interesting. It's a little different because you get a huge building where you upgrade parts of the building, and the different parts of the building give you your different upgrades, and they all have different passives and all that sort of jazz. So here's your skills right here. These 6 here give you different bonuses, like this one increases your experience and gives you a rallying boost. And then you have your melee if you want to make your hero more of a melee fighter. It resets every mission, so you're not like bound by anything important. And so the resource nodes in this game are these temple things that you find. They're indicated by white markers on the map, and they give you all of your resources, and you have to capture them with. You can either use your heroes or your units. It doesn't matter what you use. And so these are the capture points, and it will give you all three resources. It'll give you food, wood, and stone or metal. It doesn't really tell you, but that's probably stone. And then after you capture it, it's yours, and these boosters will increase. But back on the hero, so you have something you can increase your ranged attacks. Same thing, increases your base damage, and move speed. Is struck by the ranged attack is reduced. And so then you also have herbalism, which increases your health and health regen. Denon magic, which unlocks your first tier spells here, which each have their own levels. And then the second one unlocks your ultimate spell or hero spell in this game. Defense increases defense and evasion. So then you also have choices to upgrade your spells, which increase just base stats like any other RPG. You get experience right here from your kills, and it's you use the experience however you want. Like all these right now require 50, except for this one's 115, and that one's 120, and it all shares the same pool of experience. I find the leveling system interesting, and it's entertaining and fun. This mission consists of defending this side of the map and this side of the map from waves of enemies, which in 30 seconds it will send a pretty large wave that'll attack you, and then it consists of defending this base for 10 minutes, and then from what I can tell, it consists of crashing, because that's what it keeps doing to me after that. So what else is just say? There's not really a whole lot more. The combat, I mean, the UI is pretty intuitive. The units are all unique in their own aspect. Like you can in the main base, you can upgrade them to have poison arrows. You have groups of units. For instance, there's 4 units in a party, in a group of summoned units, and if any of those die, like this one here, you can reinforce them at a base, which is kind of like a heal, gives you another unit back, which is a pretty cool mechanic. So yeah, your 4 guys can be down to 1. If you run them back to a barracks, you can heal them back up and get 4 again. I'm just checking to see if my yellow is my ally on this mission. Let's level up some ranged and we'll do regeneration and leadership. That'll help me out with fighting. So spells are pretty cool in this game. They all do. They're not just fluffy junk. They actually have major effect with the outcome of battle, which is cool. And it seems pretty balanced overall. It doesn't seem that just spamming a bunch of archers will make you win, like some of these. Alright, this is getting worked. But they have a ton of guys, they can handle it. I don't want to leave my base undefended. Actually, it's not going to matter. After this trades, I'll send them over, because that's the last of this group of ice monsters that I'm defending from. So we're going to send them over there now. It'll all be dead before I get there anyway, but... Alright, so my guys are going to run across the map. So the world map or the stage maps are pretty detailed. It's not very bright, which is fine. It adds more of a dark, gritty feel, which I like. It's more of an RPG feel that you would get from your more old school RPGs with the gritty textures and just kind of darker tones, rather than something like your bright Warcraft colors. And both have their own place. I keep comparing it to Warcraft because, well, it's pretty much the definer in RTS. It was nearly the first popular RTS, and it still is pretty much the leader in RTS, Blizzard RTS games, real-time strategy games. You have other spells like a stun, a single target stun, an AOE move boost, teleports your units. It's kind of like a mass teleport type deal. Summon units, but you have to research that at one of your bases. And looks like my army is almost here now. And yeah, so the ice monsters have been destroyed. Now for some more plot, we're gonna skip it. Now, it's defend this base, which really all you have to do is, I'm gonna grab all my guys and put them in one party, one group. Hotkey them and put them over here. All you have to do is defend this. So pretty much, they have a couple of interesting enemy types, archetypes, like, let me see if I can find one that attack you, which is unique. It's kind of interesting. Minus these whatever they're troglodyte looking things, zergling almost. I like the way that I know I'll get attacked by one. These things, that those things look. They're unique on that monster aspect. Alright, so there's gonna be a big hit coming very soon here. Oh, I still have guys wandering around. Get them over here. Alright. Here it comes. Let's nuke them. These guys are, I really should probably take these out first. So as you can see, it feels more like an RPG, in my opinion, than RTS. Because there's not really a crazy amount of city micromanaging. Even in the actual city building part, it's only really one major building that you're worrying about. These are all, this one can be reinforced. This one too. So I'm healing this one with the reinforcing thing. Alright. So pretty much after that first attack, then you just kind of sit here and wait for the enemy's attack. But yeah, so you can get Frozen Hearth on Steam right now, Steam Green Light. I'm going to skip ahead. I'm going to try and play this a little bit. I'm going to cut out this middle area here to see if it crashes again. If it doesn't crash, I'll skip ahead to the city building phase, and I'll just edit it into the video. So Otherwise, if it does crash, we'll just finish up the review and finish it there. So okay, so I gave it another, I don't know, half hour and a few more missions, and the game crashed 4 times between then and now. So we're gonna leave it at that. So this was Frozen Hearth, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, I wasn't really able to show you the city building aspect because the unstable build just crashes a lot. If the game looks good to you, I recommend trying it out. I mean, the game's fun. My only qualm with this game is that it crashes way too much. Like, within my time of playing this game, it's crashed literally 8 times, and that's not really acceptable to me. But I don't know. Maybe keep an eye on it. Maybe they'll release a stable build, and the game will be playable. But the graphics are good. The gameplay is pretty fun. The leveling system's fun. The overall everything in the game is fun, except for the fact that it crashes and there's no manual save, so you lose all your progress and you lose half hour of your time each time, and it just kills the entertainment value of it to me. So up to you, get it or not. I'm not gonna really say either way because the game is fun. It's just unstable. So anyway, this was Jayzan, and this was Frozen Hearth. I'll put a link to the store's page in the game description if you are interested in playing it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Have a nice day.